Hey everyone, it's Nicole Mitchell and...
What's my name again?
And?
It's me, John.
Oh
Hi.
God, you guys. Okay, so we are back for round 2 of our FAQ session with John Mitchell because we had a couple more questions we wanted to address in our last video, but we're trying to keep the videos shorter, so we just stopped after those 2 questions. So today we only have 2 questions, so it'll be short-ish, and you can watch to the end. Okay.
We'll see on the shortness.
John just has so much to say sometimes.
So much to say.
So our first question that I get a lot when I tell people my story is, how did John respond when I came out to him? How did you respond?
Yeah, how did I respond?
It's a long time ago.
It was a while ago, yeah.
It was like a couple years ago. Almost a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think I was a little surprised, and I think I might have asked like 1 or 2 kind of clarifying questions, like what does that mean, for us or something like that. I don't remember a lot of the details surrounding it there, but as she explained it, like what it meant for who she is and her identity, it made a lot of sense. And I think one of the things I had said pretty quickly was, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I really feel like that's really normal. And so that kind of characterized like that conversation and other conversations that we had had, and also that I had had with other people surrounding the topic of her coming out. So it wasn't, I think I was surprised, but it wasn't like, oh my God, my life is over. Like our marriage is ending. Like this fear stuff. That didn't really occur to me. It was like, wow, somebody I love has just shared like the depths of her soul, even though like in our culture, like it's a really intimate and revealing thing for somebody to do that. So I felt like we were really connected more deeply then. And I don't know, it was just really powerful. And I was like, wow, thanks for sharing, first of all.
Yeah. I remember the night, I remember like we were standing in the kitchen, and if you watched my second coming out video, my coming out series, I talk about this. But when we were both in the kitchen, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the moment. I just have to tell him. How do you break the news to like your spouse that you're not straight? Like so I remember saying something like, so John, can I tell you something interesting about myself? And he was like, sure, or something. And I was like, so I'm queer. And then that's when he said, he just asked him like, oh, well, what does that mean? And so I kind of gave him a brief explanation of what I had realized and discovered. And then, yeah, his first words were, that's awesome, babe. That's completely normal. And I totally support you. Like, what? And then later that night, and we didn't discuss that much. He asked another question or 2 that clarified things for him. And then later he was on the couch, like reading a book or something. And I came on the couch and I laid my head in his lap and I just wept with relief. I knew he was going to be amazing, but it just felt good to experience that kind of love and support. But also I was crying because I knew I was going to lose a lot. Friends, church, community. I was going to lose a lot of stuff for being who I was. And that was scary. And when I finished crying on his lap, he said, did you have a good cry? And I just like wanted to laugh because it was so honoring, instead of being like, whoa, you're making this way too big of a deal, or the opposite, saying, whoa, what's wrong? Like, what does this mean for me? Like, he was just such a safe person for me. And I needed that at the very beginning of this, what was somewhat scary to me of a journey. I was excited and scared at the same time. And you were really amazing. I
was amazing.
Per usual. Oh my God. Such a dark.
No big deal.
NBD.
NBD.
So it kind of leads into our second question. So when I tell people this about John, they often say, how is he so secure? Like, how is he so secure in who he is that he didn't like freak out and try to like, I guess the best word would be control, like try to control me or control the situation. Like he just let it be. So how are you so secure, John?
I have no idea.
How are you not controlling?
I don't know. I guess I've always kind of not
been that way.
Been that way, yeah. I don't know. Like when it comes to, like specifically when it comes to this, like if my kid's in the kitchen and they're gonna grab a knife, yeah, I'm gonna like rip that away from them and like control the situation. But in this, it's a scenario where somebody's like bearing their soul and like coming out and being extremely vulnerable and tender in a very like intense kind of relationship in a context. It's like the last thing on my mind to like shut it down or to try to control it or to try to like stamp it out or to try to dismiss it or like or minimize like what she has going on. So I don't know, like that's my like view of how I try to love. You know, I probably don't always get it right, but in this situation, I mean, it was I don't know, you just have to let it be and see where it goes. Like I wasn't afraid that we were doomed or to divorce or something like that, you know, or anything bad would happen. I guess it was, I felt confident that we loved each other, that we like were really honest and upfront with each other, and that there was freedom there, and that she was flourishing because of this new kind of realization of herself and of us, because you know it impacts both of us. But so I guess I don't view it as like, oh, because I'm so secure and a guru in the security of love. You know, I could then function in this sort of way. It was kind of like, just let it be and let the outcome, you know, I didn't have to control the outcome or to dictate where I thought the outcome should go. And so far the outcome has been amazing. And it's only deepened our relationship and love for each other. So I don't know if that was a good answer.
I know.
But that was my answer. So.
It's because I want people to know how to respond like this or how to be like this, but
be like me.
It's people. Just, I don't know how to pass it on to someone. But I do love your heart, like how you said in this video. And just, this is how John approaches relationships in general, people in general, is when people share from the depths of their heart, he always sees it as like an act of vulnerability and something to hold as sacred and to make space for versus to clench down on it out of fear. Like, and there's times like I share a lot of stuff from the depths of my soul because I'm scared, I'm triggered, I'm excited, I'm upset, like whatever it is. And I'm always so amazed at how he just like holds that space for me and is like, tell me more. Like, what else is there? Like he just, it's just such a safe place. And I'm just so grateful that like, in my freakouts or in these big moments, he doesn't frame it in a frame of this is scary, oh my gosh, shut it down. It's like, okay, let's just open up and like this, someone's being brave and I want to honor that person's bravery. Like, I just love that about you.
I love coming on your show because you always build me up. So it's like, let's just keep doing this. On the next show, we'll talk about other great aspects of
if you have other questions, oh my gosh. If you have other questions for John, please let him know. Or let me know. Well, and also, like, this is case in point in this scenario is when I came out to him, it was in the summer a couple years ago. And it wasn't until a whole year later that he said to me something along the lines of, like, Nicole, when you first came out to me, I thought it was the beginning of you telling me that you were going to leave me. Something like that. And I was, like, shocked that he waited a whole year to bring that up. Like, he gave me that much space to figure out, who am I? What does this mean for my life? Where am I going with this new revelation? Like, without him, like, hovering over me. Like, what you know, like, trying to control me or this situation. Like, he just let me have space. So I said, babe, like, how did you wait a whole year before bringing this up? And I don't know.
I mean, the thought was there.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, but it's like that wasn't the focus. It wasn't a huge concern because everything, even when you came out, it was like everything was essentially still the same. Although it made a lot of sense now, like this piece of your identity, you know, this kind of like extra puzzle piece, like kind of like falling into place. It's no more of a concern than it ever has been.
Yeah, that's true. And we kind of talked about that in our last video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, like it could be, you know, something, or it could be nothing. And anyway, so.
Yeah. So I just really, I don't know. I've appreciated how he's like approached this whole journey with me. And I just want to share that with you guys. I think just to have it be known, like, how does a couple handle news like this? And how does the straight partner respond to the straight / turned queer spouse's news? Like, I just think it's important to hear how he handled it and just kind of have it as an example. And every couple is different. Like, I don't be like, this is the standard for how all mixed orientation marriages should respond to this kind of news. But just kind of hear our experience. And it's been really safe and it's been really beautiful. And I literally cannot imagine life without John. So on a regular basis, like once a week I text him, like when he's driving home, like, don't die, because I don't know what I do without you.
She does. It's true.
It's true.
Or if I'm home 5 minutes later than when I'm normally home, it's like, where are you?
He's like basically dead to me. He's like, he probably died on the side of the road, and no one knows to call me.
Yeah.
And he's like, babe, it's been 5 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
And I'm traveling this week, so
I know.
Good luck.
Well, by the time you watch this, he will have just gotten back from his trip, so you'll see if I will have survived. I will have to let you know.
Should do a before and after photo.
Oh my gosh. This is the before.
During. Yeah.
This is the before photo before John goes out of town for a week, and then I'll have to send you an after photo.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for letting me interview you. But it's not even an
Glad
interview.
to be
It's
here.
building him up. So
That's right.
I love you.
Let's keep that.
Thank you guys. I hope it was fun. I hope it blessed you guys. And if you have more questions for me or John or both of us, let us know below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Because
Where is it? Is it over here?
I think it's over here. I think it's over here.
Okay.
Hit the big red subscribe button.
Right here.
Thanks, guys. We'll see ya. Bye.
See ya.